Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday the 5th. I'm doing a kiln opening, and I did peek in here yesterday and I saw some drips, so we'll see how bad those are. I have actually waited until the kiln is all the way cool, so it's like 80 degrees. So we should be good to go, no gloves or anything. Okay. So these turned out beautiful. So I made like 27 spoon rests because I'm gearing up for the big Christmas expo, November 19th and 20th. So I'm just throwing them in here as I can. But I made 3 that are just like this one. This is bluebird teal times 3. Sorry. Okay, and then if you follow me on Facebook, you've seen I've been trying some hand building. I made a sweater mug, and I love how it turned out. It's so cute. So this is a Marvelous Molds sweater texture. And then I just added a braided handle. This was also a sweater mold that I found on Amazon. And then I did, so originally I dipped it in, which is annoying, which is why if you see, it crawled a little bit in the corner there. It's still like sealed because, and I think it did that because I tried dipping it in my Mako's white gloss, and I noticed that it was too thick and it was starting to crack, and I've had experience with that, so I wiped all that off, let the cup dry, and then covered it in cottontail. So I did 3 coats of cottontail stroke and coat instead. I have like 11 bottles of that stuff, so I'm trying to use it up. So it looks really cute, and I will make more. You can see all the texture, and then there's a little sharp spot. I'll have to sand down a little bit, but I did leather, Mako's leather on the buttons to make those stand out a little bit. But how cute! I love it. Oh, and then I did a texture on the bottom too, which I don't ever get to do because I wheel throw. But isn't that cool? Looks good, doesn't it? You want to set that next to you? Thank you. Alright, so here's one that ran, and dang it. I just peeled it off the shelf. I just kiln washed these shelves, so hopefully I won't have such a hard time getting that off. But if I don't know, it's like stuck to the shelf down there, and it peeled off my clay. So I'll take this inside and see if it'll hold water, and if it will, then I will clean up these edges and keep this for myself. But it's beautiful. I just got it too thick around my slip trailing down here, because you know when you have texture and you try to brush it on, glaze kind of pools in those areas, so I think it got too thick because it's got some pothole pinholes here. But the glazes are beautiful though. So this is Mako's black walnut times 3, but it's like a thick 3, and then ancient copper around the rim, and then where they met, which this must just be like a thing that black walnut does when it mixes with other glazes. It turns this like shiny, almost palladium type look. There's no pinholing on the inside, so I'm gonna start trying 2 coats of black walnut, which I do think I have an ornament in here that I tried 2 coats on because I was curious if it would cover enough, but that's a mess. Yeah, and I thought that one was gonna be so pretty. So here's my other one that ran, but I put a cookie, which this is not gonna be salvageable, I don't think. Look how bad that ran. I don't know if you can see it. Where's the camera? There it is. Like all the way around. So, which I knew was a possibility because I used honey flux. Oh. Well, we'll have to throw this cookie away, but I was able to get it off. I don't know, I might be able to clean that up now. Okay, I thought for sure that thing was stuck on there. So this is 3 base coats of honey flux, and then 2 thick coats, because my chun plum is like super thick. I need to probably water it down a little bit. 2 coats of chun plum, and then 1 more dollop of honey flux around the rim. This is speckled clay, so I wasn't sure how that would turn out, which I'm not a fan of the way the specs are on there, but I love this glaze combination though. It's so pretty. It's like pinks and it's just pretty. But we'll see if we can get that off. That'll make somebody happy if we can. I think my kiln got hot this time. I programmed it the same that I always do, but I've got a cone 5 and a cone 6. And well, maybe just got a true cone 6. Can you see it? So the 5 completely melted, the 6, it might have been a hot cone 6. But that's the top shelf. I wonder why. It's the same as I always do it. Who knows? All right, I've got some ornaments that I made with my, this is a stamp that I made for myself, which it filled up the hole, so I'll have to drill out the hole. But my little oaky stamp, it's cute. I like it. This is just stone denim, because I had stone denim out and I was trying to get enough stuff glazed to fit in this kiln. And careful, there's little sharp points from the post on there. The hole on this one did all right, but I like this one better anyway. Again, stone denim. Cute, cute, cute. All right, I've got a butter dish in here. And this, so I don't know if you guys have been watching me, you know I've been struggling with my lettering, bleeding. So I tried something a little bit different and it seems to be better. Not perfect, but better. So I did black stroke and coat on the letters, and then I did wax over the letters, and then I wiped away any excess that there was from around the wax. And then I did 3 coats of cottontail stroke and coat. And it looks clearer for sure. So there's a tiny bit of bleeding, maybe where I didn't clean up the edges good enough, but I'm happy with that. Here's my butter dish. I need to clean up this. I'm gonna smooth this out. And I'm gonna smooth the bottom out. Because this speckled clay is pretty rough and I don't want it to scratch countertops. So I'm gonna get my sanding pad out and sand all that. But that's a win, that's a win. I have to get my shelf out and then I can show you the glaze drips on there that I'll get to clean off. Oh, well, some of it just fell off. This is dangerous, don't do this. Okay, maybe it won't be so bad. Sweet. That's a little bit of a relief. Okay, so, did it? Oh, I didn't. Okay. I've got just butter dishes and then a couple ornaments down here. So, my cone pack, that was weird. What is that? It's like a little, I don't know what that is. Anyway, the bottom shelf didn't get as hot, so it looks like a true cone 6. Maybe I just didn't put my post up straight enough. I just made these the other day and I made a lot of them. But normally I get to a cone 5.5, but this looks like a true cone 6 firing, which is still fine for the clay and the glazes that I use. So curious why. So here is a butter dish, nothing too fancy, just blue rutile ×3 on there. Pretty. This is the speckled clay, so you see the specks. But it's beautiful. It breaks this brown color. I have transitioned back to white clay. I still have a few more things left to fire from the speckled clay, but I am ready for my white clay back. Glazes to me just look more pure and pretty on the white. Okay. This one I probably should have put less coats, but this is stone denim, and I slip trailed a Western pattern around the top. I don't know if you can see it very well. It looked really cool before I glazed it because you could see everything, but it's still pretty. I love stone denim. You guys know that. It's beautiful. Some of these specks turn like this cobalt blue color on here. It's so cool. It's pretty. Like, I don't know if you can. Some of those specks are like bright blue. It's so neat. I love glaze. It's so cool. But that's beautiful. That's gonna look good in somebody's house. So this is like the difference between stone denim and blue rutile. So stone denim has a little bit more of a green tinge to it, and this one's like more of a true, almost baby blue tint. But I love both. Okay, so these are the ornaments that I did the test on with. This one has 2 coats of black walnut, and it's more brown. And then, but you can see the texture. And then this one has 3 coats. So it kind of like muddies up the texture a little bit. So 2 coats, 3 coats. Guess it depends on what you're going for. I might start doing like 2 coats. And then maybe it won't drip so much either. But you can tell on the back, I don't know if I can get the lighting right. Yeah. So this one looks a little more brown. This one's more like matte black. But cool. That's a good test. Good test. You wanna hold this? 2 more butter dishes. Okay. This is just like the other one. And it looks better. It's still not perfect, but it looks good. So that method is at least okay. Yeah, so I'm also gonna try just doing it with underglaze and clear over it next time. But we'll see. We'll see. The last one, my black walnut kiln wash. Okay, black walnut is so pretty. So it's got, if you can see the pattern, I slip trailed a kind of bohemian style pattern on there. And if I can get it to focus on that. This black walnut, it breaks brown. So it's a nice matte black if there's no texture. But on texture, it breaks this really pretty brown color. Like on the edge of the rim, I love it. It kind of ties in the design. Isn't that pretty? And you can tell it still runs a little bit because that was a clean line. But where it pools, maybe like right there in the point, is where it's dripping. So it can be a runner with 3 thick coats, but it's so pretty. This is one of my favorite. I'm gonna want to keep it, but I can't. But okay, so that's all for this kiln load. I have so much to do. I only have a few pieces that are bone dry. So I'll have to wait to throw those in with my next batch when I get some more stuff made. I've made a bunch of plates, some Christmas plates. Those should be dry fairly soon. I don't know, in a few days maybe. And then I have a lot of glazing left to do. I also did an ornament making class at my church last night. Everyone made at least 2 ornaments, sometimes 3 or 4. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me to get those finished up for them, and in the middle of preparing for a fall festival. So it's gonna be busy around here. So hopefully you'll see a lot of me in the near future. But loving every minute of it. If you guys have any other comments, questions, or suggestions, just put those in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to this channel so you'll be notified of our content. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time.